And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Songs of Six as the Garthimi. We're going to try to get up to 6k. Well, at the same time, we're just not trying to bring people into the city to have people in the city. We're trying to bring people into the city to do stuff. So in the last one, we expanded the Sithlan Mine and probably overexpanded the Sithlan Mine. Now we're building cut stone and, well, maybe we're going to be about to overdo that too, but we'll see. Let's unpause. Let's get this building. Oh, I suppose one thing I can do... How much do the neighbors like me? 1.3... it's supposed to go up by 0.3, which after you multiply by the 4... So we're probably expecting to get up at 1.4. If this actually does get up to 1.4, we might be in the realm of... If I just offer them everything. Yeah, we're getting in the realm where we might be able to force it through with throw a bunch of stuff at them, get the trade deal going with the bigger trading partner. I'm surprised this is not building faster, given that I have 180 people, 180 odd jobbers going. Okay, this is the glorious nation of Ver-Inik. No, we're not. First of all, we're not going to give that to you. That's it now. Not giving you territory. Ver-Inik. Okay, so you're the one province minor. We're not trading with you. We can just tell you no. Worst case scenario, that they'll declare war on us, and it'll be annoying. Because we haven't fortified the border region yet. Entirely because we haven't fortified the border region yet. But well, you can just get told no. You're getting told no. Decline. Okay, I'm getting warnings about rebellion in the place we just bought out. Let's go send the rebel smashers over. We're seeing the treasury go back up again, which isn't super surprising. Because, of course, to be fair, we're making 600,000 in tax daily, apparently, at the moment, so... Maybe the trade isn't super important. The trade is to make me feel good about my trade. The ability that I'm now able to trade. In fact, I have it set up to buy armor, and apparently we're buying more armor than we're selling other stuff. Fair enough. Oh, I don't need the leather imports to be that high. Let me... Where's my import depot? Yeah, no, you don't need to be that high. Honestly, this needs to be like 5%. That'll stop the imports. Short term. The reason we had leather imports was to support arming the troops. We never really got a good supply of that going. We did swap over to metal armor at some point, which was it does everything that it does better. Suppose let me check the army. We have marching. You've adequately received everything except for the plate mail. Fair enough. Thinking about the plate mail, I probably don't have a good, kind of an army depot for transport over by the mail maker, do I? Build another. I want to put the full-size one in the caves here, but I can probably get with a smaller one. Yeah, the full-size one would be a bit big in these hallways, but I can probably get away with one of the small ones. People displaced, yeah, that's not great. This is not a perfect place for it, that'll work. So as with the expanding town, I probably want to be expanding clothing production. Where are you guys struggling? Workload. So someone's not unloading you rapidly enough. Because the local clothing warehouse is full. Ah. That makes sense. I've got lots of clothing storage, but apparently none in the neighborhood. Here's the rest of my clothing storage. So that's the one that doesn't have enough space. Probably just need to build another clothing warehouse next to it. You've got vacancies, and you're, in theory, in grab range for where our clothing issue is. Yeah, so you're helping out a little. Let's just temporarily give you a few more to see if you can speed up that help. You're also in the range, although you've got a decent number of workers on you already. Yeah, I guess we just have the odd amount of clothing warehouses in various places. Because none of them are really empty. You're a bit far away, which is why you're not pulling. You don't hold very much. Yeah, I probably just need to build a small dedicated clothing warehouse closer by. This is why sometimes it makes sense to click on the problem, figure out why you have a problem. Sometimes the answer to why you have a problem is you don't. Not in the way you think you do, at least. Oh, this used to be... Oh, no, in fact, that it still is the leather maker. Fair enough. That's the leather warehouse. Let's copy and paste this and just make this also a clothing warehouse. We'll put it over here. So I'm looking at clothing. Clothing's not a problem, but it's a place where it could become a problem for the army. And in theory, we're making enough clothing some days. And the reason it doesn't look like we're making a lot is because we're having workload issues here. Usually when you look at these buildings, if you see commute is fine, hauling is fine, and workload is terrible, that's unloading. Right, so it's there. The tiny little warehouse I put in this thing is not really designed to store things. So it needs a warehouse to come take stuff from it. And if it doesn't, the workers stop working, which shows up as a low workload. The other reason you get a low workload is if there isn't enough input. So hauling only shows bad if they're spending more time than they should be hauling. If they're actually spending less time than they should be because there's nothing to go grab, then it will show up as a workload issue as well. and this is built enough, I can probably check the shape. That actually counts as round. I was gonna think that was gonna be square. Nope, it's round. That works. Yeah, what I could do is I could build another one of these down here. And then we could technically get rid of the masons in here. Create more space for people working at the stone mine to live. Be the worst of plans, in case we need more stone workers. Stone's quite productive at the moment. It's not looking... Although no, we're going to have to put more people in stone. We're about to take double the mason consumption, so it's going to go up by... The demand's going to go by another 800. It doesn't look that bad right now because the new mason isn't running yet. That just turned on, so I now need a bunch of workers to work the stone mine. If it holds at about 12, and it's actually going to get worse as I add more, because I've got nobility down here, which is going to get weaker. We say it's about 12. I need 7... No, 10 would be 120 per day, and we're consuming... Another 800? Yeah, it's going to consume like 800. So... 10 is 120, 50 is going to be about 600, so we're looking at about another 70 workers on the stone mine. Start with that. Of course, we need to bring in another 100 workers or so to meet that requirement. So 4300, hit enter. And we'll come back up and check up here. So export depot is full. Merchants are not buying yet. Stockpile appears to still definitely be trending up, so they're definitely not buying at an ideal rate. Let's reduce production by another 50 workers. Actually, let's reduce production by 100. Let's go down to 100. Oop, and we're locking titles. One was health, one was hospital. I think that's because we broke 5k. It's a couple titles. These are all titles that fire off when you have 5k, so we met all the requirements at 5k. For those titles? I can probably take a quick look at titles to check that. So, caretaker, have enough hospitals at 5k. Lifebringer, have cured a certain number of people, have 5k. And the third one was Ruler of Sejin B. Again, 5k and be in War Clan. Pretty short on that's making these constructions not work. Time and patience, apparently. Because the stuff is arriving, and I'm like, oh, what's stopping this from building? It's just like, work. A little bit of cloth, but basically work. Okay, out on the world map, has the army got to where we told them to march? Yes. So from there, can you finish the march to there? Yeah. Not that the realm's calmed down most of the way by now, so it probably doesn't need to go there, but we're gonna finish the march. You haven't recovered. You could be expanded, but I'm not gonna expand you right away. Partially because I think I only have enough admin to run the northern border until we get to the next government tier. How's the stone looking? Could do with it being a little bit more positive than that. Yeah, we'll take it to around 200. So 205. And then we'll bring 50 more people in to make sure we're odd job or positive. Go. Now we're making a decent amount of cut stone. 100 something a day. So we should get it back to exporting that. In theory, we're still making a bunch of maybe I don't even need the mine running because we're making enough from taxes. Yeah, probably don't even need the mine running. We're probably making enough by taxes. Completely crush the price of Scythian apparently. And look at the neighbors. Up to 1.4. That's probably with the full... Yeah, we've got the full flattery in. So if I wanted to get to 1.5 for the diplomacy, I would have to offer them enough value to do that. Which might plausibly be realm of plausible. Plausibly be in the realm of plausible, yeah. Offer resources. Say we offer you like 3,000 Civil. But it's $250,000 in value. The problem I've got going on here, I don't know if this is after my terrible multiplier or before the terrible multiplier. Because I don't know, we're going to do quick save. Because if it's after my terrible multiplier, I would be willing to pay that to get access to trade here. This is another 200,000 purchasing capacity, which honestly is actually the value of all the other trades together. So we'd want that access. I'm willing to pay quite a bit for that access. It is after. How does it stack? Can I go another 1,000,000? Does stack, okay. And then that gets us the trade. We can afford the trade. This is expensive, but we've opened up trade, okay. Or technically it was the number before, so it was 1.5 hit with a 0.4, and just happened to be close enough I could just round it up a little bit more and get there. Okay, so we spend a lot of money, but we've just opened up a major consumer. So that's that price. So the Scythian isn't going to go anywhere. But we've opened up another trader. suppose in the meantime, if I think submission is based off the gear of the garrisoned army, I could actually say that the garrison should be, if they have to deploy to battle, I've over-purchased leather armor. Feel free to go out in the better leather armor. And we do have a decent number of spears in stockpile, so main battalion can, main brigades can take a bunch more spears. If that works the way I think it does, and I'm not sure if it does. I'm not sure if it does. That should have upped the army strength. Or depletion. Wins. About to get another armor maker coming online. Should help with transport. Okay, the army in the field has, in theory, received its full 1,000 armor. Yes. Full 1,000 plate mail. Eventually we'll swap the other one over to plate as well. Before I go into much more expanding, let's do a quick pass on checking the janitor districts. To make sure the janitors are successfully keeping up with the maintenance, or if they've got any bottlenecks due to resource deliveries. So you got a little bit of furniture problems over here. The easiest way to fix the furniture problems is to put a hole in and set it to furniture, which is why I put a hole in there. Gotta wait until it builds, and then I can designate it as a furniture 1 to bring furniture to the front doorstep. Okay, you're set to metal. I don't want you set to metal. I want you set to furniture, and then pull from the now sort of new main furniture warehouse. There you go. Yep, yeah. So not surprising we need more housing in this area. We pulled hundreds of people off of the mine up here, so we now have probably excess housing up there, in exchange for not having enough down in the south. Fair enough. You know, we don't need more food, or I'd be expanding the fisheries. Probably right now, because that's close to where we're building new jobs. Yeah, we can see the treasury is casually just trending back up after spending it. Although most of that's coming from taxes. Nice, calmly doing expansions and various things. Probably still overproducing this in Lenore, and you can see the majority of it actually coming from taxes, so I should probably just turn the mine off, take that 100 workers or something else. Yeah. Tech-wise, I have a massive deficit of knowledge. That's probably due to human slaves dying off and not being replaced with humans. I were to make a educated guess. How's the housing looking up here? Reasonable. Tempted to do another library. I think I will do another library. Because what do I want with knowledge? I do definitely want more knowledge, right? We want to probably get up to police station 3 if I can. Oh, police station 4. It's the 3rd loving subjects one. Third living subjects, market 3, food stall 3. Yeah. Let's get into the library. Oh, and I need to probably do an area copy if I want to do it right. We'll grab the houses while we're at it. That's how I did the smart remove last time. Don't want to repeat that. Oh, actually, that would be 240 workers, so that'd actually be enough to run the library. Maybe not enough to run the services near the library, but enough to run the library. So we'll get that built and we'll bring another 200 workers into work at the library. Building housing down there, and we're building housing up obviously by the library. This is going to take a while to build anyway, so it should be some degree patient. It doesn't take a lot of cut stone, but it's going to take a lot of other labor. Oh, I forgot to adjust the cut stone exports. I want to be holding on to about 2,000 cut stone. So now that we've doubled the stockpiling, I need less stored. before it starts exporting. This is an ore went down. Did we actually get some exports? That's what I think happened. Yeah, I feel like we had some exports there. Okay, yeah, it's whenever it jumps over 300, someone buys. Looks like about 30 to 40,000 of it. So that is going out. It's just not going out very often. Probably can do stuff to round that a bit. The spikes of roundness. Yeah, there you go. Probably need that on the ends as well if I want to really get good going. Get it going well, but again, step in the right direction. Obviously, we'll need some in this area. Do them in opposite directions. There we go. Yep, we're seeing the treasury. Again, the treasury from just national taxes is going upward. So I don't need to be exporting. I want to be exporting. Which are very different things, right? Let's let, we only got negative 28 odd jobbers, so I think we need some more odd jobbers. Let's go up 4,450. Do I have the... Obviously, I don't think I'm trying to export harder than we do because the export warehouse is full, right? Yeah, we are having cells, just it's not... Not sure if we're over-providing or if we're just providing right, because the stockpiles seem to be pretty stable. We've got this set to 25%. So 25% of the warehouse is 2,000. So yeah, we're probably still over stockpiling, overproducing, based on our desire to trade it. I might be getting to the point where we're actually exporting cut stone again. $58, I'm sure. Okay, so soon. Soon. Yeah, feeling our human slaves are dying for various reasons. I have potential just to bring the 200 people in to try to build the library faster, because that's what's going to be working in the library. Got that many aspiring immigrants, so there's nothing really stopping for doing that. Sure. 4650. Smash the enter button and get the 200 more people in the city. Something to send upon the work site like a pack of locus on a tasty meal. And while they work on that, let's double check our services. How's the services going? So we're looking 90% there. That's pretty good. We want to see everything over 90, except for upgrades when we don't have the upgrades. We don't have that upgrade yet. Again, one of the reasons we want more knowledge. 89% proximity is good enough. Good. 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 We don't have restaurants yet. Coverage looks good. Coverage looks good. Proximity is getting a little low. Well, that's maybe a little hard to check. That's also seasonal. Can probably do with a little bit of markets. Apparently we got a little bit low on the toilets. Okay. Otherwise everything's good. So markets and toilets, let's check those coverages. Find the closest market. So we don't got good production over there, so that's probably part of it. Yeah, so we've got housing here, so we probably want to mark it on the east side. I got a little bit of housing in here, so we probably want to mark it in there as well. Should have one in there. Can I fit in the streets in here? Looks like it. Have a market there. I'll come with the food stall as well. We got good coverage on the food stalls, but the food stalls are going to become less effective as we turn food servings up. I'm looking at the neighborhood looking for the toilet to copy and paste and not finding it. I think we have a shortage of toilets in the area for some reason. Yeah, I think I understand why we have a toilet problem. There's no toilets in walking distance of the laboratories. There's no lavatories near the laboratory or near the libraries. Put a couple lavatories near the libraries. Long spear, voila. Okay. So, not gonna immediately say yes to that. We're not immediately gonna say no to it. Place our toilet, so I can come back to that here in a bit. Long spear, voila. 420 soldiers. Okay. I don't want to say yes. That does look like it may be a hard fight. Thing is, we've got a... Well, actually, I've got a surprisingly equipped army, given my current normal standards, for the garrison here, in that they mostly have weapons. We got pointy sticks. Deployed them with pointy sticks. But pretty untrained, so the line would be hard to hold. We'd be sort of like swarming them with numbers, trying to get them to spook. Because we'd be outnumbered them 3-1. At the same time, I kind of don't want to pay it. Because you never want to pay it. 5 million... I'm going to decline the offer here. I don't think the field army is going to get back in time, sadly. Although we'll have them try. If I got the field army back, it'll be a cakewalk to deal with. That's far enough along, and I can probably just click back on the capital. Anyway, they'll get there in time, they'll get there in time at this point. I probably do want another toilet, that's probably not the only one I'm going to add. I'll say one there as well. There we go. 200 more workers. Average worker efficiency should be going down because it's mostly Garthimi taking over jobs that would have predominantly been human on average, but... Raider on their way, yeah. Didn't pay the neighbor, so the Raider's coming. In the meantime... So that's... 1,000... 1,000... Let's sort of distribute equipment to our garrison here. So you're maxed out with another 1,000 equipment. Got enough armor, we can go ahead and distribute armor to the garrison as well. At least for the battle. Yeah. I don't think the army arrived in time, but we do still outnumber them 3-1. So we got our large army versus this army. Pure melee, pure melee, pure melee. Okay. The concern I would have had if it wasn't a full pure melee army is that we wouldn't break the range guys fast enough. That's our, let's say, main battle group. That's the somewhat skilled and best equipped units we've got in this army. And now we have the rabble that we're going to deploy on the flanks. Numbers do play on the enemy already, because they can see how many they're fighting. Now this is where we find out which wins, encirclements and raw numbers, or skilled troops. Because all their armies are going to be complaining, or all their units are going to be complaining about flanks compromised, numbers. I suppose at this point we turn the speed up a little bit. Yeah, we definitely see the enemy's morale there. We did lose an unit. Unit broke. 100 of my Garmithi have already booked it and ran. In fact, it was one of the better equipped units that ran. Oh, there goes one of their units. There goes multiple of their units. Only one of their units holds. And their unit's just in the middle of the chaos here. All that's left. Yeah, we lost 244 to defeat 420. The cost of using quantity over quality, let's just say. $280 suits of leather armor retrieved, 105 of metal, 385 shields, 280 swords, 105, 20 sticks, and of course prisoners. And right now the slaves are loyal, so we will accept the prisoners. Welcome to your new jobs. Raider defeated. The once mighty, long-speared Walla lays dead at your feet, O mighty one. This will surely send a powerful message to Role 6. In addition, her personal treasury has been found and looted by our men. A total of 1,000,000 denarii was found and has been transported to our treasury. Okay, the new lab hasn't made up for the loss in knowledge yet. I've got enough materials. We're gonna upgrade the fish warehouse here. This one fish as well. Yeah, let's upgrade two as well. Some more fish storage. Okay, bodies are kind of getting out of hand. Apparently most of you are on the fighting pits. Okay. Okay, let's see if that helps with the bodies we got out and about. Slave trader. I suppose we could acquire more humans. How many humans do we have right now? 415. Do I think I can keep 200 from getting unruly? Another 200 from getting unruly. Yep, there's one way to find out. Slaver. Please give me 200 humans. Yeah, only half a mil. We can definitely afford that. Okay, 200 humans acquired. Okay, could do with it being better. That's expanding the local army again, which should happen slowly. Okay, already back in the positives of the knowledge. So, innovation-wise, I think I want to spend the innovation mostly on boosting... Well, we've got fine crafts, crude crafting, mining, and fining. I suppose it might also make sense to do the Garthimi, the food, the multi-crawlers. So 6 is worth 9 there, that's probably worth it. Actually, what's the investment? We're getting on knowledge right now, so we've got the upgrade. Oh, innovation right now is 1-to-1. So probably do... Like, this is strong because we got a 300x multiplier on it, so... I'm actually not sure if this modifier is accounting for that. What do you want to do to find craftsmanship? Probably the craftsman stuff. Let's grab a level there. Carpenters, potters, basic tailoring, yeah, we'll grab a level there. And then, this isn't very powerful, but this is the stone. If we start clay back up again, it'll be clay. And Thithland Mines, which... Actually, we've been turning the Thithland Mines down, so maybe not that one. And then refining. So I think we bounce back and forth between those three for the moment. Click. 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 And these are pretty good ratios, because we've got pretty large industries in these areas. I'll do basic, you, and you, because that means I then have to keep the bread and ration making ratios the same. And then in knowledge, grab loyal subjects. We're probably going to still get more knowledge, so we're not super worried about where they're not having the last one yet. How much does... where Pop's going? Yeah. Police 4 is going to be 45 workforce. Okay, so any places I've got 45 free workforce. There's 50, so we can do full police there. Although that's a place that's got garrison. Oh, yeah, there. We're not sure what we want running as the other one here yet. So this is a perfect place to do police. 3 levels of police. We'll have to come back and do the 4th when we unlock the 4th. Do that, improve the coal mine. Buff production by getting the road. And then we've got space here for maxing up police station, so we'll do that. I might want to fortify you for the east, but we haven't yet. Again, still a reasonable place for next police station. There's our army arriving. You know, we'll do here. People to the east are relatively friendly, so hopefully we're not going to need to actually fortify that heavily against them. So we're up to 2.4 from Police Realm. I think that'll go up to 4 when we get the last one. So it should be 0.6 more. So 0.6 times 4 is another 2.5, so 4.8. Or 4.8 in every territory. Although it's gonna... To stop being mean to all the other races, I need to find the missing 2 to 3 points to overcome the humidifiers. Although, for the purposes of international diplomacy, that might be worth doing. We need to unlock the next one. So let's pop back into the town. We need to let enough time pass that we've got... Oh, we already got the knowledge. Grab Loving Subjects 3. Okay, back out to the regions. Back out to the police stations. Up to the last tier. Here we go. Okay. Looking at the time, it's time for me to put another part break in. This is going to be the midstream tea break where I go get another cup of tea. If you're watching on YouTube, the next part, I'm going to open up the next part, but I'm going to go around the territories. I'm going to do sort of regional empire management here. I'm going to go around the territories and figure out if and where I can make regions stable enough that I don't need to run the massacre. Maybe not massacring, or maybe not stop massacring everyone. We don't have to do diplomacy with anyone that's human, so we can keep massacring the humans. We're going to be less evil, not good. is maybe a good way of thinking of it. Early next episode are going to be less evil, not good. What I want to do is I want to go around to all the people that we've got neighbors with, and I want to stop, if I can, stop the negative kin treatment for them. That way we basically double the opinion with everyone. So that would bring you positive. You're untenable. The one untenable one is fine. You'd be even more positive, more positive, more positive, more positive, and that means we'd be able to basically keep friends with everyone, so that we can focus on growing the realm slow and steady, instead of being in a mad dash to get to the next population target, so I can govern more territory, which we're currently in. So that's what we're going to try to do early next episode. If you're watching on YouTube, that will be tomorrow's episode. If you're watching on Twitch, that will be as soon as the tea is brewed and I am back with it. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.